Man, I'm so motherfucking Atlanta, man. I'm so Atlanta, man. I'm so Atlanta, man. I like leaving school, walking my girlfriend to a motherfucking job at Jazzy motherfucking T's in the 11th motherfucking grade. That's how Atlanta I am, man. I'm so motherfucking Atlanta, like sitting in Rice Street trying to figure out what the fuck this is crawling in my green beans. And why the fuck I ain't seen the lawyer yet? That's how Atlanta I am, man.
I have so many questions. Not enough answers. What? What is crawling in your what?
So, all right. So Georgia.
Why are y'all saying that like that's normal? Like
It's normal.
no, what's crawling in your green beans?
Beetles.
What? Okay, continue.
I had a beetle. I had a little beetle juice in my damn green beans and shit in jail before.
In jail,
In jail,
but not out
juice.
in public. Like
Yeah, Rice Street. You know, Rice Street. That's jail.
yeah. Okay, continue. I can't relate. I am saved by Christ.
So Atlanta people, we don't call it Fulton County Jail. We call it Rice Street.
Ah, okay.
Man, I'm down there.
I grew up in the suburbs, so
I mean,
I don't know all y'all lingo, but I am Atlanta. Gang shit, you know. Suburb shit.
that county.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, I think Gwinnett has it.
Parkview. Oh, you don't want to fuck with those cops.
Parkview.
Yes, I graduated from Parkview High School.
Oh yeah,
that's in Gwinnett.
I know what Parkview High School is at.
Sound like another hating comment coming. Go ahead.
I ain't got nothing.
It was the face. Like we know about
I got
Parkview.
nothing against Parkview. Parkview ain't Atlanta. I can tell you that. What you talking about, man? Ain't a nan nigga in Parkview can talk about they been locked up arguing about who better, Shawty Loaf or goddamn T.I. No.
Oh,
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I'm talking about.
But you know we got the Migos out of Gwinnett, so that was cool.
Oh yeah, Amigos.
The Migos, man. When I found out where they was from, man, I laughed so hard.
Hey,
I laughed so hard, man.
Why?
Because them niggas from Gwinnett County, man.
So
they over Gwinnett County. They not like, so they know. No, man. No, that's Gwinnett County.
You don't understand what those white boys put us through. Is why their songs are so hot.
Who?
The Migos.
Why are you playing? When I was living in Gwinnett County, yeah, I felt like I was white.
Yeah.
Because Gwinnett County police didn't mess with me. They ain't mess with me at all. But they was
with you
because they was after the Latinos.
Oh.
There are a lot of them.
So there was one county that I ain't get messed with by the cop.
Which one was that?
Gwinnett.
Gwinnett.
He ain't listening, y'all. Like he's the man.
I mean, I know you said Gwinnett, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to reiterate. You show us Gwinnett.
Yeah.
Because that ain't what I heard. I heard going up to Gwinnett County. I don't go to Gwinnett County.
Don't go to Gwinnett County, but the cops are nice. Like
I
they'll arrest you, but they'll give you like respect.
Yeah.
I had a friend get arrested in Gwinnett, and yo, he was chilling. I was like, "You good?" He was like, "Yeah." They gave me a sandwich, some Oreos, and orange juice. He was like, "They got the TV on, and it's actually good channels." I was like,
"Give you time." All that lap of luxury that you sitting in their nice little jail. I heard about this jail. I ain't never been
in a jail, but
Gwinnett would give you time. Like Gwinnett would literally piece you the fuck up and send you up the road. I think that's what they're famous for. For like, this motherfucker's been sent up the road for Walmart.
I mean, don't fuck around in Gwinnett or Cobb County, but still, it's better to be caught in Gwinnett than DeKalb or Cobb County.
Talking about Gwinnett and Cobb County, man. Listen, let's talk about what we come here to talk about, man. So we talking about some of the things that's been going on out here, and some things I don't know some of us been discussing off camera, and I think we want to highlight today. We want to talk about predators because that seems to be the big thing. But I don't want to go the normal direction with the predator situation. I want to go in some different directions because I have conversations with people and they have their own opinions on like some of the charges being put up against people. And obviously everybody know the side of P. Diddy getting locked up. What was it last week? You know what I'm saying? And they came and got him a little bit early. He was supposed to turn himself in. That's why he was in New York. And they arrested him just a little bit early. I have theories on why they arrested him early and why they didn't put out his charges. We can talk about that later. But I just want to just talk about like just quick brief thing on the obvious things going on with P. Diddy and some of the things he got going on, some of y'all opinions. You know what I'm saying? The first question I want to ask is like what Bootsy said. Basically, it was like P. Diddy was doing what every Guy was doing back in the 90s. Like that's what guys was doing. You know what I'm saying? So they really locking him up for some shit that even they was doing. You know what I'm saying? But before you say the charges that he got, it's like fucking sex trafficking. It's RICO charges. Sex trafficking, kidnapping, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like he forgot he was black. No, it has to be that. That's yeah,
Yeah.
no, Pete.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot I was black in Gwinnett
I
County.
feel like Diddy forgot that he was black. Like he got so much power, it's been so many years. His stuff has been an open secret for like what 30 years. Who hasn't known that P Diddy been the diddler for a while? Like who hasn't known that? Like I grew up knowing that. Who hasn't known the battles and like the shitty stuff he does? He showed us he was Trump before Trump was Trump. Y'all remember his show? Like
oh man, talking about
yeah. Y'all remember his show with Danity Kane and like how he made them go get him some fucking donuts just cause he wanted to. Like he was an asshole. Making the band. You could tell this was him. This was not him acting. This was not him reading the script.
Especially with them lips he be making.
Exactly. He was Trump before Trump.
Hate that.
So have y'all seen any of the interviews lately of any of the guys of the making of the band? Some of them been doing quite a few interviews, and they was telling you about like some of the situations. I think like if you remember the one with the cheesecake, remember two of them caught a cab back.
Yeah.
And they was 3 hours back before, and the rest of them got mad, and they was tripping on them too. And he was telling them about the story. Like Puffy said that we had to walk there, but he said we had to walk back. You know what I'm saying? And they think they brought the cheesecake for Beyonce or some shit like this. Beyonce.
Yeah, them so get some cheesecake from Beyonce.
You know what I'm saying? But he didn't that ain't what he said on the show. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
no.
saying?
Puffy forgot he was black. He has so much power, just doing so many fucking shit, thinking he could do what the white boys do. What's the number one rule in America? What do we grow up telling black boys and girls? You have to work 2 times harder. You have to be 2 steps ahead. You have to be 10 times smarter just to get ahead. Just to play the same thing that they're doing. And he thought he was there on the same playing level, and he wasn't. The white boys taught him, like, we're still in charge. He forgot he was black.
Yeah, because this what it was. The reason he was able to get away with it so long was because he had leverage on so many people. He had leverage. So what happened when they went to raid both his homes, they went to go get the leverage he had on everybody so that way they can take him down.
Yeah, Diddy was playing outside of his pay grade. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he tried. Yeah,
He thought I'll make $1 billion. The guys making $5 billion was like, okay, hold on, nigga. Like you still a nigga. The diddler got diddled, and he liked it.
That shit. So so real quick, he just brief. All right, and this is another thing I wanted to touch on. He just briefly getting another charge, or another lady saying that he physically raped her. She got some evidence. I don't know, tape. I'm just guessing. I don't know. And this is like 2001. This is over 24 years ago. So how do you feel about old charges like that being brought up against Diddy? Like something that was like 20 some years ago.
But when it's a RICO, can they go back as far as they want?
I mean, basically anything, even without a RICO, they can do what they want. I noticed that, you know what I'm saying? Because Weinstein wasn't no RICO and they went back. Bill Cosby wasn't a RICO and they went back.
Well,
30 or 40 years on that, brother. You know what I'm saying? They went like to the fucking 60s on that, brother. That was it.
But they became witnesses. You can't do that. That's not how the law works. Like there's rules. So some states you can go up to 7. Some states you can go up to 20. But I think for like Bill Cosby and Weinstein, most of them were just used as evidence, as like witnesses. Like their cases already, like they couldn't bring it to court, but to bring to destroy the character witness. I feel like the difference between Weinstein and Bill Cosby is, again, he was fucking black. And he thought he was above his pay grade.
Yeah,
like
he wanted to buy NBC.
Exactly. You think what happened to Michael? What happened to Whitney?
Caucasian.
What happened every time a black person gets to a certain point, they come to a door where they can come into white privilege, and what happens? It gets slammed in their face, and then we find out that they're horrible, awful people. But do we still love them and support them? We do.
Talking about the white people or the black
The
people?
black people.
Oh,
We still support R. Kelly. We still support Cosby. We still support, and we're still gonna support Diddy. We're still gonna listen to all his fucking music. We still gonna want to do Diddy style parties. I give it not even 2 years. Be like, oh, Halloween white, yeah, right now in honor of him.
All right, but think about it though. So all right, think about a freak off though. I don't want. I think about a freak off party or anybody been to a party where you walk in and people just randomly having sex all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
have you ever been, Larry? Have you been to a party where
you
people
laugh
just
too
having?
hard.
So that means yes.
Mm-hmm.
I got some adventures.
I know you do. So,
I have some
so
adventures.
have you been to some parties where people are just randomly having sex?
I plead the fifth, but I understand where you're going. Like,
So
continue.
I mean, it's a common thing. It's a common thing. You know what I'm saying? And there's levels to the shit. Like the more money you get, the more you probably gonna pay for that. You know what I'm saying? That vagina, that loving. So you might like niggas fly. I miss man. Niggas fly chicks in all over all the time. Fly man, Uber a chick in from Alabama to Georgia.
Love to be flued out.
There's a whole section that y'all not even taking into consideration right now.
About what?
I mean, you're on the right path, but you got a whole, like you got communities, like the BDSM communities.
Yes.
huge,
Yes.
and you never know who's in it because there's social shame.
Yeah.
Like kinks and things like that.
Yep.
Oh,
So because of social shame, there's just so many expressions of human nature out there. You won't see it unless you're looking for it.
yeah.
You know, so don't think that there's not a lot of celebrities that's in the BDSM community.
Mhm.
And matter of fact, there's a
They're human. Of course, they're into freaky shit. Once you get enough money, you get so fucking bored. Ain't nothing else to do.
Like the BDSM community isn't even like based off of money, it's based off of like lifestyle. You know, so when you get certain people in a lifestyle, it has nothing to do with economics. You want to broke people
Is that something to do with economics?
people who got
True.
6 or 7
Mhm.
figures.
True.
Yep.
And the crazy thing about it is, it's like you have a dude that's making millions of dollars
see-
paying somebody to be their dom.
That,
And it's
that,
very normal.
Mm.
And no, and in the outside society don't look at that. So if somebody was to be in that lifestyle and they're like a celebrity,
Mhm.
and then they shine a light on that, everybody be like, oh, that's some freaky weird shit. But there's like hundreds of thousands of people out there that doing the same
Doing
shit.
thing. Yep.
But you only shaming this motherfucker
And-
if he was.
And you right.
I mean,
he's a
it's-
celebrity.
And you right. And you right. And you right about that.
Caught.
But the whole idea of getting caught to be a person
Yeah.
is
This
Yeah,
I
it's-
think this what I think. Hold on, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said, like you said, prime example. When these rappers or whatever, when they cheat on their wives and stuff, they got all the news like, oh, he don't cheated on her. And they get, I'm like, that ain't nothing to do. We do this shit all the time. Like,
Yeah, like nigga, this is probably a homeless dude cheating on his homeless girl.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Right now.
associating money to a lot of
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Lifestyle.
But
Yeah.
see, all right, but this is why I put money when money do come into it. Money gives you access to certain things. So let's say let's say you know what I'm saying. So you can do some of the things that you might have thought about doing, but you couldn't do in the hood. But I can do that shit now. So I agree with you. So it's a little bit of money, but there's some people you know that slide through the cracks. He might have just been down the street and one of them predator ass dudes like, hey, come here, you know what I'm saying? You want to just some weird shit, and now he's at this rich dude's house, you know what I'm saying, getting it's like, I don't know. I want to call it, but you know what I'm saying. So I think it can go either way, but it really by choice. Like you want to get
To me, it's always by choice.
unless all right. So another question I want to ask. So the thing with the diddler. So a friend of mine, a friend of mine brought something to my attention. Another viewpoint of rape or sexual abuse. So she was telling me a story about a situation with a ball player. She was younger, drunk. Ball player trying to put her in the car. Friend was like, yo, you look too drunk. She didn't, but she made, if I went into the car and did that, it would have been my fault because I'm the one that put myself in that position. So then I rebutted, was like, well, it's the man. He's supposed to be looking out for you, not supposed to take advantage. But then she was like, it's still my fault. So I said, it's both people's fault in an instance if you get drunk. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I know exactly what you're saying.
It's like
I didn't.
Perfect recipe for just
It is, but I feel like okay, just because just my little 2 cents. It is. I do believe it's both people's fault, right? But then a part of me is just like whoever is more sober
That's
is
also,
the one.
isn't that also a character thing though? Like you would say makes sense for logical people.
Yeah.
But you gotta think there's a whole bunch of people out here
Who are not
that-
logical. That's why I was
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
would rather
yeah.
choose that it's everyone's fault instead of saying, it's the person who's more sober. Like, yeah, it's her fault for putting herself in a position to get drunk, but he also took advantage of that. So it's like that's who he is.
She
So
liked it. She liked it.
I don't know if she knew what she liked. She's drunk. That's what I'm saying. It's like such
She
a
couldn't get
tricky
drunk
situation.
about this.
It's a probability. All these are
You don't know what the fuck
All these
exactly.
All right, can I propose
You
another?
don't know what the hell going on with her. I got some crazy ass friends. When I was in college, there was this bitch. I ain't gonna say her name because I don't fuck with her no more. But this bitch, every time she got drunk, it was like the spirit of nudity just hit her, and she would just like start stripping and running all on and then cry about it later. And I'm just like, what the fuck, bitch? Keep your clothes on then. Like, stop running around. But
She won't
she
be
wanted to
naked.
be naked.
The
I mean,
alcohol,
I
the
don't
alcohol
think
just
girls
brought out
know
her
to
true
go
expression.
with other guys when they're drunk. It's like you're drunk. You're not expecting, oh, I'm just going to have fun. This nigga's about to rape me and kill me.
I mean,
It's not the thought.
I mean, you're talking about immaturity. Like this is the behavior of young people.
Like he said, it's just so much probabilities. It's just what ifs. But go on with your question.
I'm going to finish. Going to finish.
I just think it's just a slippery slope. It's whoever is sober, If she was purposely like she knew she was sober and she was acting drunk, she did it. But you could get that all from just talking to people. People lie, but you can get all of that from just talking to people.
What about like I don't know if I'm saying the right word, visualization or just or fantasizing. Like let's say you with your dream, your hero, like your career
Like
hero.
celebrity crush or
All right,
something.
because I was watching the show and
I'll
the
fuck you.
situation was dope. He was her mentor. He was a hero. He was a big anchor man, and he took the little girl up to a room. He put her on a trip with him out of town just because he was attracted to her on purpose. She wasn't qualified, but it's still cool. He let her go, but she was good at what she did anyway. Something happened. I think it was the Vegas shooting. This is what the show did. It was the Vegas shooting. It traumatized her. She idolized the guy. She went up to his room at 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the morning to watch a movie. Now she's young, he's older, she idolized him. You know what I'm saying? She tried to leave. He was like, no, don't go her. That type Doug Dizzle got in front of her, rubbed down her shoulder, and she froze and then started kissing on her and grabbed her vagina. Put her on the bed and had sex with her, but she was like frozen. It fucked her up, you know what I'm saying? Is that rape?
Yeah, that's right.
It's a perfect textbook.
Because she tried to leave. He stepped in front of her and said, no, don't go.
I
That's
am
right
so
there.
proud.
Right there. That is false imprisonment.
Shit.
False imprisonment.
She-
At that
I
point.
am
She
so
never
she
said
tried to
no.
leave.
She never said no. She never pushed him off.
It don't
It don't
matter.
matter. Y'all guys
It's
know
facts.
when you're pushing, when y'all are having sex or when you're pushing on your girl, you know when a woman's body is uncomfortable and she don't want it. And you still press on. Y'all men know. Y'all not gonna sit here and act like y'all don't sense the girl playing, the dead fish. Cause I've done it.
First of all, it's not a y'all. There are
She talking into
Species. Not my brothers up in here, but the other niggas out in the building.
Yeah.
Y'all know when a woman don't want it, but y'all think it's the whole sandbox thing. Oh, she pretending she don't want it. No, you fucking know, and you set it up. Even if I go, what's that, Freaknik? If I went to Freaknik, right, knowing that it's called Freaknik, right, I still have, because I feel like I grew up with like a level of being naive, like sex, like
You were young.
I was young. And I didn't know. I just know I wanted to have fun with everyone. So going to something, I never went to Freaknik. Of course, I was young. But I went to other parties when I was in high school and stuff, not intending to like have sex or be sexual. But to just hang, but I never knew what was going on, and then to be introduced with sex, and now I'm in a room with the guy thinking he's like, oh, you're cute, and I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm cute. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk, and he's gonna get to know me. Yeah. Now
You want to see my dick? Now
I'm traumatized.
I can't.
Pulled out your dick, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
what is that? I had no clue. Now, what do I do? Now I'm frozen, like you said your friend was. What do I do? Because obviously, I do like you. I'm attracted to you. But this is a whole new playing field that you presented that I wasn't expecting.
That's your parents.
And I panicked.
Yeah, that was your parents. Your parents didn't explain shit to you.
Nobody did.
Right, and that's why
Church taught me just say no until you're like 31. And then like my African culture was like you can't never leave your house or have sex until a man comes and says I want to marry you without ever knowing your name, ever seeing you, ever knowing what your favorite color or what favorite reptile you have. It's crazy. But continue. My favorite reptile?
You have a favorite.
I have a favorite reptile, the Komodo dragon.
Why?
I want to kill people with my spit, but take that out because I don't want no one knows.
Have you seen how they eat?
Exactly, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That motherfucker be
It's
still
beautiful.
alive, screaming.
It reminds me of
They
old.
be swallowing it whole, like
Exactly, it reminds me of
I've seen them
old
swallow a
people.
whole deer. The head was like it's eating there like that. That was horrible, bro.
It reminds me of how old people.
You ever see yourself eat chicken?
Chicken's dead though. It ain't.
No, but
That motherfucking shit is alive. You know what?
Record yourself close up, eat some chicken, and look how horrible it sounds. And
I don't think it looked like a kimono dragon eating a deer or an antelope. My bad.
You know, them eating reminds me of how old people be gumming shit, and I just. And it's like a hope for the deer. You know, the deer shit is still alive, and it's like trying to gum it. You know, and then I think, oh, you know, then they just got a whole lot of spit dissolve. That's nasty work. I love it.
Nasty work, man. I love that nasty work.
Imagine you piss me off. It's already disrespectful to spit at you, but I spit at you. Now you dead. Now all I gotta do is just follow your ass around.
Oh man, that's
Be like, oh look, birthday party. You're gonna die in 3 days.
So let me segue into that real quick. So that's predator. You sit here talking about like nature's predator.
Yeah.
So amongst human beings and we're part of nature, then we have an aspect of us as a whole that is predatory. So why do we have this idea that we think we don't have to deal with a predatory aspect of humanity? The Komodo dragon.
Yeah.
Supposed to think the dragon wasn't supposed to eat them?
It's facts.
Well, I mean, it depends on how good your lawyer is. That's all that matters. All right. Dan Snyder. It depends on how Nickelodeon got. It depends on how good your lawyer is. Dan Snyder is the perfect example of that motherfucker just was on a podcast talking about like how he apologized for some of his, you know what I'm saying? But he never wanted, cause they asked him about the fucking feet.
You know, who is Dan Snyder?
Dan Snyder was the executive producer for all those shows on Nickelodeon. We talking about iCarly,
Amanda Bynes show.
iCarly, Amanda Bynes show, All Is That. So, all right.
Not all is that, all that. Like obviously you can tell he ain't from. Okay, continue.
That era. But I was in the era, that just wasn't my Thug Thistle.
Yeah, I didn't watch this shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't watched none
I
of them Nickelodeon shows.
And what was the girl? She's real famous. She dated Justin Bieber. She had that. She put a foot in her mouth. Ariana Grande. She had that scene where they had like bedroom chronicles or something where the little girls would go back and talk about dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And she had one where she was putting a foot in her mouth, and they was highlighting, and they had all kind of scenes where there was like foot scenes, and dude was getting massages,
and then all the slime and stuff.
Man, listen, but I think all right.
Predators.
So there's 3 predators on the set of some of these shows. You know what I'm saying? So what is that guy? Josh and Drake. So
Josh's dad.
Josh's dad. Josh's dad. So you have that guy from Josh and Drake.
Yeah.
What's his name? Drake Bell on the Bandit show.
Yeah.
So all right. So Drake
started there.
So Dan Snyder had nothing to do with this. Now Drake Bell, his one, like I think it was
he was on the Amanda show. as well. That's how he started.
No, not
That's
no
Drake
no
helped
no
him.
no Drake. No, Drake Bell was getting raped by. He was getting molested by.
His co-host's dad.
No, it wasn't.
No?
No.
Okay. I could be
Actually, I
wrong.
watched the documentary, but I still don't.
Drake Bell was getting molested by this guy named Brian Peck. Brian Peck was hired as I wouldn't say his assistant or like a producer. He was like assistant producer. So what? So all right. So I was watching the interview with Drake Bell's father, and his father was seeing the signs of him rubbing on his arm and shit like that on set. He was like, and then he was trying to help him get dressed when he didn't need fucking help. And then Drake Bell's father was on the set when Leonardo DiCaprio was on the show, and he seen how the guy was handling Leonardo DiCaprio on the show. He was like, "That's fucked up." So the guy noticed that the father was talking to Drake about that. So the guy started doing shit saying, "Your father's gonna be bad for my bad. Your father's gonna be bad for the show. He don't nobody want him here. He's stealing your money."
Because he was trying to get his father away from there so he can have his way with him.
So he caused a wedge between the father and the mother. And he was spending the night at this guy's house, and he was waking up dudes, hands was in his pants. He was doing all kind of shit to him.
Yeah.
So how dude got caught is Drake Bell was at his girlfriend's house. It was like her 18th, 17th, 16th birthday at his girlfriend's house. Not like 16th birthday. And dude was calling because he was supposed to be with dude, but Drake was with his girl. Dude called, he kept on calling, then he started calling his girl's phone. So girl answered the phone, gave Drake. Drake said, "Listen, I'm gonna chill out with my girl, my bad thug." This one hung up the phone. Dude started blowing up his phone. So his girlfriend's mother pulled him off in the kitchen, like, "What's going on, man?" He was like, "What you talking about? I don't know no grown man that calls no teenage boy like that." And then call his
Because I'm used to
girlfriend.
chicks calling me like that when I don't answer the phone.
She
I
was
a
like,
teenager.
"You all right?" And he just broke down and just told her everything. So she called the mom, told the mom that we finna take him to see our psychiatrist tomorrow, and this was going on. So the police came, and he called the police and got the guy to admit of doing some freaky deaky shit, and they ended up locking the guy up for that shit. One guy named Jason, I can't remember his last name, got caught on To Catch a Predator. He got caught in the episode To Catch a Predator, man. So
Well, the guy To Catch a Predator, the host of To Catch a Predator, got caught. Not To Catch a Predator. He got caught as a predator one time. Did you hear about that one?
the host of The Catch a Predator?
No, not the Asian guy. It was the white dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the first guy.
That's some how to get away with murder shit.
Yeah,
How are you on the show to
Like
catch
Dexter.
a predator, and then you get caught as a predator? It's crazy.
Drake,
A serial killer that kills serial killers.
check this out. Drake Bell pled guilty to attempted child endangerment and dismantling or something like that matter of a harmful to
So
juveniles.
he became a predator.
So he became a predator. He was talking nasty to a little girl online and was doing it for some years and got caught up in it. So he turned around and started doing the same thing that he started doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mad common. I talk about it all the time. Like I was a very aware kid. And I used to sit back and just look at all these girls in high school and any boyfriends be like in college or be
Yeah.
You don't see nothing wrong with this. And they be like, oh, I'm just more mature and this.
Yep.
And I seen this all.
Yeah, I seen it through the high school too. The coaches and stuff.
Crazy.
Definitely fall into the trap because
Yeah.
again, girls aren't taught
And they be bum dudes too.
they
Yep.
sure do. Because I did it. I did it. I did it myself. I was in middle school and I was dating an 18-year-old. And to me, like he convinced me that I was so cool and like he told people and it was other people my age. So they were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're dating an 18." I was like 13 and I thought I'm the coolest girl, like, everyone wanted him type shit. And no one told me that it wasn't right.
So let me ask you something. Did he come around you and your friends, your 13-year-old friends, was kicking it?
Yeah.
So how did
Ain't nobody saying.
Nobody. My
how did he
mom
act?
invited him home. Other people invited him
Did he
to the
act
house.
18 or did he act 13? 'Cause
He-
those are two different.
He acted, to me, again, I was 13. So to me, he acted older. So I knew he was older. He acted older. He was given, like, when he would come around the community and to my family and friends, he acted like a grown up. He acted older than me. But everyone knew I was messing with him and he was messing with me. No one said anything. Like it was just normal.
Mm.
And I had other friends that were dating people older than 18. I thought 18 and 13 was such a no one corrected me. No one stopped.
I understand why, because I guess they're thinking that you listened to them when they said don't do nothing sexual until you're like 30. They assuming you listen to them. Meanwhile, in a space that you have no context.
Yep, and they allowed, and it's like I feel like in the I won't even say black community. I'll say community, period. As it doesn't matter what culture it is, men are actually, are valued more. So y'all get away with a lot of shit. So y'all are able to like push yourselves in a woman's space, and a woman has to react.
It was a time that we could do that, but I don't think that
y'all can't do it now.
dog.
And I'm glad it is because y'all got away with a lot of shit.
I mean, and I now stop. Why you always gotta say y'all?
Men. I'm talking about men. I'm talking about y'all fucking dogs. This is real men, real stories.
And she's
female.
And she's talking from her perspective. And she's talking from her perspective.
I understand, but y'all is y'all.
Y'all. I said
she's just talking in general.
She knows what I'm talking about. You all, y'all, all of y'all.
Yeah, let us speak. Let us speak up. Let us speak from her perspective.
Thank you. Snap.
Yeah.
we just gonna throw bras up in here. So everybody take your bra out. Just playing. Throw your bra on the table.
You see, when men don't want to talk about things, they get defensive and say outrageous shit like "throw your bra." Stop getting offended.
Nobody thinking about y'all. So there's another avenue that I wanted to go down that was kind of interesting, but it's a dark but light corridor, man. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm gonna
say with your chest.
Talk about it, man. I'm gonna say this with my chest, man. So I know that there's pedophiles in every race, in every family, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And I know, in light of a lot of things that we do see getting locked up, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the statistic of pedophile may lead in a certain area, certain race group. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't know if that's by accident. You know what I'm saying?
It's on purpose.
So the question with what we've talked about with conditioning and things of that nature, the question I want to ask is why, or do you think some white boys are obsessed with homosexuality?
I'm gonna fix my face.
Yeah, that's a question that
Obsessed with.
that's a question I always, because I mean everybody been on the construction side or work with things, or you watched comedy, and mainly I really want to highlight this because I just went to go see that gay ass Deadpool movie. Now this movie had so many gay references. I think all he did was gay reference jokes for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I ain't got nothing against homosexuals. And that's not the first movie that has a lot of, like, you got movies where I think Will Ferrell got hit in the face with a dick. Like he was supposed to suck somebody's dick. And it, you know what I'm saying? No, not Step Brothers. It was the movie with Kevin Hart where he had to suck a dick and he went into the bathroom and dudes
something about ain't it called something hard?
So yeah, Get Hard.
Yeah.
It's a Get Hard something. So the question I want to ask, is there an obsession with white people or white boys and homosexuality? And if there is, do you think it is a cultural thing, a scientific thing? You know what I'm saying? Or what's your viewpoint?
Well,
oh man, he's trying to get us all canceled.
Do I say because you just brought back memories because Jackass. That's all they did was motherfucking gay shit. That's all they did. Jackass, yeah. I wouldn't do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
And we always knew that was European. Like even growing up, like we knew that they was. But I'll put it to you like this: without defining what somebody would consider the devil, but just the whole phrase of.
So
I feel right. I feel it's definitely a mental thing, right? because first of all, those movies, there's black men acting like that now. There's a whole sissification of black men, of men in general, period, right? I'll say all across the board, y'all are getting sissified and women are getting, masculine and shit.
And guess what? And I'm gonna agree with you on that.
And I feel with like the gay jokes, there is a gay pandemic happening, and it's been happening. Y'all don't be laughing at me. I'm dead ass. There's a real pandemic of gayness going on, and it's on every television, every radio. I told you he's trying to get me
I
canceled.
know what I'm saying.
He don't want me on this show.
I can see the African community coming at you now.
Best friends are gay. I know that sounds like I got a black friend and shit when white people say it, but I got a whole bunch of gay friends.
Definition of pandemic: a widespread occurrence of an infectious disease over a whole country or the world at a particular time. I love it.
And it's been happening forever. It got really strong during the AIDS pandemic. It's okay to be gay. I approve. Love who you love. If you like dick where you like it, it's okay. I don't care. I just don't think it's okay for you to shove it down my throat or shove it down my kid's throat. I don't feel like I should have to prepare my kids on like, yo, you're a little boy. If a girl comes and says she likes you, I'm gonna need us to take a DNA test to see what her chromosome is, because you're allowed to now change your sex on a birth certificate with the judge. You're born as female. You can go to a judge, get them to petition and change your whole birth certificate.
So check
That's
this out.
fucking crazy. I'm gonna need my kids.
So check this out. So could I go to a judge with my birth certificate and have them change me from an African American to Caucasian?
Be whatever you want, man.
You can be whatever you got.
Because
enough money, they will do whatever you want. So
when they cut down,
gay-demic.
Gay-demic, I like that.
It's a gay-demic.
I like that. Everybody get that gay-demic.
My gay friends tell me that I'm all black. We're gonna sell black shirts and white letters. Gay-demic. We're over it. I'm over it. Like I support you. Fuck who you want to fuck, but don't tell me to watch while you're fuck. I'm not into that. Like, stop putting it for my kids and my friends.
How you feel about that, Larry?
hey, I don't care. Like I said, I used to love Jackass, but I wouldn't do that shit. So it was funny to
Get
me.
hit in the balls.
But
yeah,
but like I said, everybody have their own personality. Everybody have their own mind. I look at it this way: you could have fun with who you want to have fun with. Just make sure that it's fun that they agree with.
There you go.
So prime example, since we talking about predators, make sure that it's grown folks fucking with grown folks.
Consent fucking matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
As long as
what
consent,
sex you are. It's consent.
Yeah.
But I don't consent to you doing that to me. I don't like when straight people be kissing all up in my face either. I don't want to see that shit. Go to a room. Go to a hotel. I don't need you making out in front of me. I'm offended.
So
I'm offended when you do it that you're gay. I'm offended that you do it that you're poly. I'm offended that you do it that you're, all the letters in the alphabet. LGBTQ, PQ, whatever the fuck you are. I don't want to see it. And it's my choice. It's America. Get over it.
Land of
I saw.
So if I slap my girl on the ass in public, would it get offended by that?
Hell yeah.
Land of the free.
Well, guess what? It's my choice.
Exactly.
It's my choice to slap on the ass.
It's your choice, but there's decorum. That's the word of the day, y'all.
Larry don't go around slap folks on that ass. I feel you, I'm saying.
All the
you want to go out there
do that.
and see, just like, I just want to grab it, you know what I'm saying? All right, man. So my theory, my scientific theory on all that, you know what I'm saying? My scientific theory is I took it back in history. So I love 300. I love Roman history.
Yeah.
I'm watching the show.
All the incest stuff that was going on to try to keep that bloodline strong. Yeah.
So there was a couple of armies that promoted homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? Greece was one of the first ones that promoted it. Everybody seen the movie 400?
400.
It's 300.
I said 300, yeah. 300 and
other stuff kicking in for you, huh?
There was, you know what I'm saying? I think there was a lot that, all right. So it was promoted in the ancient Greece. It was called Contributing to Morale. They had a whole group called the Sacred Band of Thieves, which was a unit full of couples, same-sex couples. So, I mean, it could have been women too. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? But they would promote that amongst the. We also know about Alexander the Great. But we'd be considered white because he was from the Turkish area. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
So,
Turkish people
yeah.
still consider themselves white.
All right, so I guess if he want to be white, he can be white. So,
Caucasus Mountains, go.
so I'm even going to take it back to some of the ancient Roman emperors that were gay that we know, Nero. And my main one is Julius Caesar, which is the very first Roman emperor, which is the coup de grace guy of the hardest, you know what I'm saying? And he was gay as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? He was bisexual, whatever, but it was so it's a common thing, you know what I'm saying? It's a common thing.
Is bisexual a thing for men? I hear black men say men can't be bisexual.
I'm just being politically correct.
Okay, continue. I'm
You know what I'm
sorry.
saying? Just being political,
Just question.
giving people what they want. So, and then we also know, you know what I'm saying, the infatuation they had with black men's penises back in the day. It was always going to cut the penis off, cut the penis off. And I ain't saying it's the size. You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
I
that was
think it
the
was
first.
infatuation. You
That
think,
was the first dildos before they started making.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So the question I'm proposing, the deal might have been the dead stiff dick. You know what I'm saying? Dead stiff. That'll be
I
fun.
don't want to think about
Big
that.
John's, Big John's dick
I'm
tapped up.
hurt for y'all.
So the question I want to promote with y'all, man, do y'all think that's a culture? Do you think that is a for real thing? Do you think it's a scientifical thing, a mental aspect, or what do you think? Somebody give me your thoughts on it.
I feel like you really just don't want a podcast anymore. That
Hey,
question.
hey,
I mean, well, I am a science person.
Yeah.
I'm more science. So to me, I would say it is a mental thing. So certain chemicals in the brain, not mashing well, so it brings out the stuff that we say is weird to us is normal to them. So to me, it's a mental state.
so you think it's normal them to be gay, to be attracted to. So are do you think, all right, for instance, do you think like the situations with Jackass and all that stuff, we're gonna bring it back to our time. Do you think the situations with those guys is more of just entertainment or gay?
Both.
Think it's a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
I think, just to kind of bring it back to P. Diddy and everything, it's when you have so much money, you get so much boredom and you try to think of things to entertain you. And the things that entertain you, you start finding out entertains other people. So I don't necessarily know, like, I have friends that are gay and I support their love. It's beautiful. But like, they also understand decorum. Like, they're not doing that in front of me. I know y'all doing the nasty. I don't, but they're not telling me. It's like the old gay and the new gay. I don't fuck with the new gay. Because the old gay is like, I just want to love who I want to love, and I want to be in a relationship, and I don't want you to make my relationship weird, just like I'm not going to make your relationship with a woman weird. That's weird to me. So me being with the man, I understand is weird to you. Just leave us alone. And I understand. I love those ones because I can treat you. You just want to be human. You just want to be seen as human. It's the ones that, like, again, are shoving it down our throats and competing with black women, competing with white women, competing, like, be who you are, and that's it. And let me love you. I don't know if it's a mental thing. I can't say it's a mental thing. I can't say it's a choice because you're seeing little kids come out either, Like, how do you know you were straight?
Well, the question I was really trying to get is, do you think it's a cultural thing?
No, I
Because
think
by
it's that
history, what
no.
we was talking about with Roman emperors
No,
and things of that nature,
Africans were fucking each other in the ass too. Like, we don't want to fucking talk about that because we want to say, oh, we were all kings and queens and gold and purple shit. Like, no, y'all were fucking each other too.
But
Like, it's not a cultural thing.
the point we talking about is you don't see a whole lot of gay black jokes, but you see a slew of straight.
You're not in the gay community then.
But Listen, but that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I don't. Do you think? All right. So some of the question I'm asking is, do you think that's a cultural thing? Because
No.
there's not. I don't see a lot of black comedians doing a whole lot of gay jokes.
Because y'all black men's ego keep them from actually exploring that side and knowing you can still be fucking straight and have a gay friend and the gay guy's not always trying to hit on you because you really ain't they type anyway. Like they not really fucking with you anyway. But black men are so scared of gay men and being in proximity of gay culture and gay activity.
And once
They
again,
just feel it makes you gay just because you're in proximity of it, and it hurts your little ego.
And once again, she's talking it. And once again, she's talking in general because, like I said,
I understand.
Because I told you, like I said, I said before, I don't care what's your sexual preference, as long as you're a cool motherfucker. You're a cool motherfucker. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole.
But Dave Chappelle talks about it, and he gets canceled because it's not.
Nah, he's not canceled because I still listen to him.
Okay, he talks about white fragility. Y'all know what I'm fucking talking about, and black ego. Yeah, yes, it's white people are hurt because they're like, oh, we're trying to be seen, and he's like, niggas, we don't want to fucking see you. We hear you. We know you gay. Be happy. Stay what you're staying. Be human. They're mad. They're like, no, you gotta acknowledge that I'm gay. You gotta acknowledge that I'm special. No one gives a fuck. You're fucking special in the head, and we get it. You're gay. It's cool. You like dicks where we don't like dicks. It's cool. Why you want to stick it? But like black men, y'all are. I won't say y'all, because I'm not generalizing. But black men's egos are so fragile that it's like once y'all find it could be your best friend, you find out he's gay, and now you're like, oh nigga, you've been trying to get with me the whole time. What makes you think you were even that attractive that he was?
So you basically saying that you don't think it is a cultural thing.
I don't think it's a cultural thing.
You think it's more of homophobic. So you saying white boys are more touched with their their gay side, their homophobic, their homo side. So
White boys are more confident in their sexuality than it comes to gayness, to the proximity of gayness, than black men. Y'all are scared of your own sexual desires. Is why we get people like P. Diddy. Is why we get people like Cosby. It's like the Diddler and R. Kelly, fucking Batman villains themselves, and I love it.
R. Kelly just like
it's a villain. It's the sexual villain. You got the Diddler and you got the diddle.
So, all right, let me ask you a question. So, all right. So you saying white dudes are more secure. So, all right, so I'm finna go.
Like a girl hits your guy's ass as a black man, y'all start freaking the fuck out. A white man's like,
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about gay Joe. Listen, man, I'm finna go there. Y'all ready for me? We talking about jackass gay, like putting pubic hairs on your face, gay. I'm poking you in the butt, or while you sleep, I put my balls in your mouth. Listen, that shit. That's what I'm talking about. Like, no. So listen, I don't think that's us being homophobic. We don't do. I think that's a problem when you doing things like that as a group, as a whole, and it's funny. That shit is not funny to us. Like that shit, like when we walk, like when you walk upon, if you've been around some white people doing, like you don't laugh as a black guy. You like that shit is so fucked up. Like y'all do each other like that. So I understand what you think. I don't think it's us being homophobic. Some of that shit just go too far. Like I got some gay family members in my family. I have no issues with gay dudes. I got gay homeboys. I done been over their house. I done hooked gay guys up together. I don't even mind dudes kissing to the not like a full makeout session, but like, because I don't even like straight couples making out. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even mind that. But I'm talking about like you can't go to sleep around and they putting fingers in each other's butts and that. I mean, I'm talking about stuff like that. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but that's a whole different category too. Like
that's what I'm talking about. But that see, all right.
So that's what you mean by culture.
On that different category.
Let me bring.
I was talking about the generalization of the gay demic and like how we're all being.
I'm talking about that type of mental behavior, and that seems to be like and it's celebrated. It's a like that movie Deadpool. It is the gayest fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like every reference
I never seen it.
It got to the point where it got to the point where I like. Well, Wolverine was like, man, I'm with Wolverine. Please, somebody shut him up. Because I ain't got no issue, but that was his go-to every time. And I see that in comedians. That's the only question.
So I got a question then.
All right.
Is the person who run Disney now, are they gay? Because I feel that if that's all we seeing in certain movies and stuff, it's a certain corporation that owns all of this stuff, which is Disney. So, which means they making all the calls and cut on how stuff go. So,
Yes.
so who's to say that whoever the owners are of Disney at top at Disney?
Y'all really trying to get me.
So do
Yeah,
you
so
think
I'm
it's
never gonna be
promoted?
invited.
You think
Yeah,
all right,
it's being promoted.
do
Don't
you think it's being promoted
Yes.
on purpose?
Yes.
Reasons. This is where I wanted to go. This is where I wanted to go with
Well,
this
I'm glad
conversation.
I threw that hook out there
All
and
right,
reeled it
so
on
this is
in.
where I
Which
wanted
way
to
you
go.
need to
Do
be.
you feel like this is being promoted?
Yes.
Why?
Because they have a mission.
It's a gay demic.
That's the
I swear I keep saying it. Y'all not.
Yeah.
Keep saying it. Keep saying it.
It's a gay demic.
I love
Yeah,
that
but
word. We're gonna
yeah,
make
but I noticed it's a lot of stuff that come from the Disney Corporation.
But it's not new though.
It's
At all.
not new. If it wasn't Disney, you would be a whole. It's in your face, and it's like it's making you sanction.
It's more socially acceptable.
It's no
Yeah.
joke.
You're desensitized to it, just the way you're desensitized to people getting killed. Yo, last week, a guy in North Carolina just got hanged.
Just got what?
Just got hung. There you go. English is not my first. Y'all grammar Nazis can lick Trump's.
I love it.
Grandma Nazis.
Y'all can kiss a riot 16. But this happened last week. A young 20-year-old. He was like mid-20s, and he got they found him hung. And they know, like, he's reported to the police that he was being stalked, all of that, but he got hung, right? In North Carolina, and it just happened. And when I saw it, I was so desensitized because there's so many. Like, I remember another killing in Louisiana about this man who was, I don't remember his name, don't quote me on it, but he was a public figure in Louisiana. He was the one in front of the Black Lives Matter movement. He was the one leading all of this, and he was hung in his mother's backyard, and his mother found him. And it's like, that's like, you're desensitized. Like, I'm desensitized to it. So like with the gay demic, you're desensitized because you see it. I'm not gonna let it go. Y'all can fucking cancel me. I can lick my balls. But I say it to the gays because it's like now. Before it was you see it in front. It was adult content. You would see adult gay on gay shit. Now I have a 3-year-old. I can't turn on certain shows because it promotes that. And I have to openly. And I'm not saying that it's not okay for it, but let me have that my own conversation with my kid. Just the way I have to sit my kids eventually down and talk about the fucking birds and the bees. Let me fucking do that about gay people. Like, it's there. Don't force it down my kid's throat, which in turn is forcing it down my throat. It's a fucking gay demic. I don't want to, like,
So what is
suck
the
my
end?
balls.
So what is the end all? What
Orgies. They want massive orgies.
mass
P. Diddy
orgies?
style.
So
20,000 bottles of baby oil. And some cocaine in the
oh
Xanax.
man, some cocaine and some Xanny bars. So what is the end game? So like what is the reason? What is the end game? What are they trying to produce? Like what?
Control.
Yeah. Well, part of it could be population control.
But why now? Why now?
Why not?
Why? Because remember, there was an anti that for a long time. Like
Why now?
you couldn't promote anything.
Why not?
Why now? You want to know why?
Why so much that
Why now?
it's like
I can tell you why.
like,
Why not?
Because our resources are getting low. So if the resources start getting low, you got to take the human population down in order to survive. Look at the food shortage and stuff we have. Everything.
It's interesting.
Yo, it's funny you speak about that. Did y'all know
I always got interesting.
42,000 workers are going on strike at the ports? So we're about to be like really hurting, and no one's fucking talking about it. But you're right. But like I agree with you completely, 100%. It's population control. It's we're a capitalist system. and we do whatever we need to do for the dollar. You say it all the fucking time. I don't know if I'm quoting you on camera or off camera, but you say it all the time. We live in a capitalist system, and that's what's propelling it all. And gay porn, yo, the gay demic also includes little boys. Like, I used to be afraid of having a daughter, thinking she's gonna get molested or stolen or whatever. I'm not. I'm now scared about my little boys because I know they're getting kidnapped. We live in Atlanta. Atlanta, we're number one trafficking of little fucking boys. Have y'all gone to Walmart and looked at their walls yet?
Atlanta's number one in trafficking.
Number one in child trafficking.
Because look at the airport we got.
It's easy. Nigga,
Yeah.
nobody cares about their kids anyway. How many kids get missing every single day? Have y'all gone to Walmart? Have y'all heard the conspiracies? I love conspiracies, but like, no, I'm Wayfair. Have you heard?
My children
Wayfair
grown now, so
conspiracy?
What's the Wayfair conspiracy? Since we throwing out conspiracies, what's the Wayfair?
yeah. What's the Wayfair?
So the Wayfair conspiracy, right, is that like when you go on the Wayfair sign, they'll have certain like they'll have a desk and they'll call it Sarah, and they'll sell it for like 4,000. It'll be a simple desk like this. They'll have a chair like this and they'll call it Ben. No, she's fucking right. They'll call it Ben. So the conspiracy is some people went and saw, like, again, it's a very far-fetched conspiracy. But they would find, like, the chairs would have specific names. Sarah Jones, Ben Franklin, fuck the dude. But, like, then you go and then there'll be kids. You'll find kids on Walmart's missing children poster called Sarah Jones, Ben Franklin. And that's how they've been trafficking the kids. They're stealing them, posting them. That's how they advertise. And there's a certain number you call to report that you want that furniture.
They got some.
Which is connected to that.
They got some pedophiles.
It's a pedophile ring, and the FBI did break it up and bring it to the surface, but I ain't heard nothing else about it. So like, don't quote me. So I'm still leave it as conspiracy, even though like it started looking like it was legit, then it disappeared.
You know what?
But it's a gay demic. Little boys are being sold. There was a little boy in Georgia that got kidnapped while he was standing at his bus stop, and you know why he got released? Because he had Jesus. He started singing little Christian songs the whole time, and the driver got upset and said he was annoying, kicked him out the car. It's a gay demic. It's here for the little boys. It's not a cultural thing because everyone fucks. I've seen Chinese gay niggas.
Yeah.
I've seen Russian gay niggas.
Yeah.
I've seen Polynesian gay niggas.
Yeah.
That's very. I've seen Samoan gay niggas. That's very weird. Pornhub is a very weird space.
Oh dang.
But like,
Pornhub,
look,
she said porn really gonna get canceled for Pornhub, y'all. We really gonna be canceled for Pornhub. So
I'm just saying it's a weird place, and it's a gay demic. It's an agenda.
So do you think the predators
For the
are just
capitalists.
strictly on? All right, so predators. So predators are just not homosexuality. Predators do span over the time. I guess. All right. So I guess we satisfied with the white homosexuality thing that I was talking about, the extreme gay games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is there an issue? It's so we satisfied that it's a directive, it's director, they got an issue with it.
Yeah, I don't know no gay guy that don't make jokes about being gay.
So
Dude, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
yeah, white dudes do. I've worked with white dudes. I've seen them say that.
Have y'all gone to a white bar?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love you, man. I'll fuck you in the
What's that,
dick.
man?
Why? Your girlfriend is right there. Why would you want to fuck me in the?
So we do agree that we do agree that we think there's an agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I apologize, white people. I'm not really picking on you.
I am.
I promise you, I'm not picking on you.
White power. I said it.
Teabagging in dudes' mouths, the jokes, fucking Deadpool. Deadpool got to be the single gayest Disney movie. It is Marvel.
Marvel is owned by Disney.
Yeah, Marvel's owned by Disney. But it ain't nothing wrong with being gay. It's just like
I
that.
prefer DC now.
That strong reference. So we all know predators ain't always just gay. You know what I'm saying? We know predators are versatile. You know what I'm saying? And predators is no there's no race on predators. You know what I'm saying? There's no, and I talked about this with you, and I always wanted you to know, does is there any like crazy Jack the Ripper predator type tales in Africa, any African nations? Like, are there any, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we got plenty of crazy ass Wayne Gacy, shit of that nature. Were there any, like, African guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, any tales of dudes like that?
I feel the reason that I'm going to say yes, right? Because every African knows an uncle, right? Several, but that's a different story. I feel like the reason we don't have those stories is because we don't see them as those stories. Because Africa is such a mythical land to Black Americans, and Africa is such a
Mystery.
mystery to its
Definitely
own
mystery.
people. Right?
Definitely.
We stick to our own tribes. We stick to our own country. We hear stories, we know stories, but because Africans, we have such a shame of certain things, like you don't tell the family business to the next person because the whole village, the whole community is going to know about it. We don't consider it predatory at all, even though it is predatory. And then instead of saying like, yo, that nigga's fucking crazy, he's fucking all these little girls in the village, we're gonna say he's been bewitched. A spell's been cast on him. A demon's gone into him.
Kind of like how the Christians, anytime somebody do something bad, oh, that's the devil.
That's the devil did it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like that's how it is in Africa. So it's just like, I'm not going to speak for the whole continent because I'm from a specific region, but I personally see it as that it's like, yo, it's like, oh, the uncle, he got her pregnant. Oh, instead of saying, this 38-year-old slept with this 12-year-old, we're going to be like, they got married. And he does another one and he rapes another girl. Oh, that's just his second wife. One, oh, Allah loves it. It means he is for God. The more women, I'm gonna get canceled. I don't really give a fuck.
Speak the truth, man.
Hey.
There's been a lot of things that was brushed under the rug just because a guy was a guy and a woman was a woman.
Was a woman.
You know saying, and I'm not going to deny it like that. So, do you feel that men can be sexually assaulted from women?
Yes, and I want to talk about this so bad, but I'm gonna let y'all talk first. I'm passionate about it. I feel it's so fucking unfair.
So the question is, as your son has sex with, he's 14, between 14 and 16, he has sex with a 21-year-old woman, or 22, whatever. Your son knocks her off. As a father, do you feel offended? Do you feel congratulatory? Or has he been sexually assaulted?
And it actually happened to my cousin that he had his first child with her.
I mean,
I'm not clapping for him having the baby at 13.
Yeah, I got number girls. So.
But let me ask you. So,
yeah, I got
what if you had a son? Like, would you be like, yo?
Well,
are you all right?
Well, I'm gonna tell you how.
High five him or something.
I'm gonna tell you how I told Lex one day. I know what I was doing when I was a certain age.
There you go.
So, all I can do is have that talk with him and do it because I was having sex at 14
with older people.
Yes,
exactly. With older women.
I feel y'all men don't know what assault and rape is.
Listen.
I feel y'all don't know when y'all being taken advantage. Yo, that's fucking crazy. I dated a dude that told me he lost his virginity at 11 years old, and he told me with his chest puffed out, thinking that I was gonna be like, oh, I'm so happy. No, bitch, you were raped.
I wasn't raped. That was my choice.
No, it wasn't.
That was my choice.
Y'all don't even know how
hold on,
to
time out.
at 11 years old. I'm not gonna let it go on. Y'all be fucking assaulted. Y'all don't know what rape is. Y'all don't know what assault is. It's It's not cute. Stop getting raped at 11 and thinking you won the Medal of Honor as a macho man. Get your macho ass back in the fucking crib, then get to coloring. You're not a fucking man. That's rape. You've been raped.
I wasn't
You've
raped.
been fucking assaulted, my friend. I'm trying not to get passionate, but
How you know? How you know I wasn't sneaking and feeling on the titty or to my damn?
it doesn't give a.
So do
I don't give a.
so I so,
goddamn.
so that means I got raped.
If
Wait,
you're 11, if you're
Drink, sip, bow.
If you flip it and make them a girl, then all of a sudden it's like,
now it's a problem if it's a girl. Now it's a why? If you know how I used to filter out guys that I didn't want to date anymore. I used to always ask them this question, right?
Question.
This whole sexual thing, because like I went through my own stuff. I would always say, if you pretend you come home and your teenage son, he's 15, and you come home and he's fucking a girl in your room, in you and your wife's room, your baby mom, whatever, in your bed where you lay your head, he's just beating the shit out of it, whatever. Whatever, just example, right? Y'all be thinking y'all be doing stuff at 11 years old, but like but I'll be like, okay. They be like, oh yeah, if it's my son, I'm gonna just close the door and I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna talk to him and tell him, yo, you can't do it in my bed, but I'm gonna dap him up. And I'm like, okay, so what if it's your girl? I hope you dap her up too, cause I need the same and I need the same
It's your
enthusiasm.
daughter in there getting dug into
Get it
versus
done.
your son getting beaten it up. I mean, how would you feel?
both of them. I mean, personally, it would never be my kids
Facts.
because my kids are not scared to have conversations with their father. So I get to walk them through life and guide them through it, not run around making decisions from a place of lack of self awareness because the parent ain't talking to them.
Okay.
Facts.
So
Difference. Communication.
So all I can really tell you about is clients and couples that I've actually sat with that go through this situation. And yeah, the double standard is there, but at the end of the day, the problem is nobody's really taught the value of sexuality.
Okay.
And so kids are just doing stuff that they see.
The school that my kid goes to right now is a middle school. I remember 5 years ago, they got in trouble because they caught the sixth graders having orgies under the stairs in the gym, right? And
It's very.
Oh, it's very
I
possible.
remember them. I remember them. And listen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's more like a train.
Yeah.
And
But trains is around.
but it could be the dude getting trained. And listen, I remember them. Man. Listen, I remember them. He got that smirk on his face.
no, he remembers them too.
I remember them. I remember them basement parties. I remember them freak parties. I remember them fuck parties. I remember
And I feel it's because abstinence doesn't work, and because you remove abstinence just to come back to the gay demic, something has to be introduced. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it full circle.
like she bring that shit full circle with motherfucking gay demic on y'all bitch ass niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Gay demic.
It's taken out, and if the only sex that's being talked about is gay sex, and don't get me wrong, like I'm a girl. If I see a fine ass girl and she got a fat ass, I'm gonna be like, yo, girl, I'm gonna stare. She got a fat ass, like that shit look like it jiggle all the way. Exactly, it's appreciation, but I don't want to fuck on her. I don't want to fuck on her. But if you don't learn the separation, you're gonna think like, oh, I like the dude's hair, and now someone's like, oh, that's gay. It's like I just like the nigga's shoe. Now you telling me I'm gay? Maybe I am gay. It could lead to so many.
That's a bit
different shit.
That's a bit that's a borderline. That's a bit homophobic. That's a bit homophobic.
It's full circle though. It's like yes, everything's mixed with a bit of homophobic. I hear the most homophobic jokes from like gay guys, the most racist jokes from black people, the most
Exactly racist.
like
Yeah, listen. So all right.
what's love who you love because I'm for the gays. I just don't want to see it in front of me or my kids, and that's it. Like, do what you do. I'm a freak myself, but you ain't never gonna find out. I'm gonna keep that under lock and key. Nobody's business. Like, love who you love. I don't want to see it in my face, his face, and that's it.
So
Y'all weird.
So solution part. So how you recognize some of that stuff happening? So we seen Tiffany Haddish and and what was the guy's name?
Common.
Aaron Spears. They try to do a informational video how you can recognize pedophilia
Well,
in
she
your
said
family, but that shit went.
she said
Yeah,
it's 5 minutes. So I
that,
trust her.
that shit went horribly wrong. It was edited all wrong. It was fucked up. But Aaron Spears.
Tiffany Haddish that.
But the combination of the two.
It was before they was famous. It was before they was famous. It was a long time ago. So my point is, what are some of the signs? Like what are some of the signs you could
Of being a predator?
of recognizing a predator or somebody like that? Like what are some of the signs? Because yeah, what was the guy? Blake, what's the name from the show? His father seen plenty signs and everybody ignored him. So what are some of the signs you could tell people about what to recognize if it's dealing with?
An uneasy, like skittish nature. This happened to me twice in the past week. I was walking, and two different guys are in their cars. I'm just walking. He's driving like this. And I noticed off rip, just shaking his head, looking back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, let me just try to change my walk up. This man skirted, followed me to the liquor store, followed me to the gas station, followed me all the way up to Family Dollar. I was like, you I just ran behind some bushes. Yesterday, this happened again. Some dude just was like looking back, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Goes up the street, pretends like he's going, comes all the way back down, and I'm already like hiding somewhere, and I'm looking like he's like looking and he's like looking and not looking like I'm at the stop sign. He's like looking like I have my umbrella. I had to put my umbrella in. I was like, okay, this is it's a skittish thing that they do.
Yeah.
You have an uneasiness about you, and it's just like, why aren't you comfortable in your own skin?
I feel for women is more heightened because we get bombarded with it more, right? And again, I'm just go back. Y'all don't men don't know what assault is, what what rape is, what a female like. And I'll blame women too. No, I'm gonna blame mothers, right? As a mother, I will blame mothers because we hold our little black boys to a little bit higher standard and give a little bit more free will because we don't understand, masculinity, being masculine and being feminine and how being a man and being a woman really works, that we're sissifying our men and cause them to act more feminine, and then them thinking that it's okay for me to grab you. It's okay for me to like put my hand on your junk. It's okay for you to do that to a girl because she really just likes you. She's just hiding. She's playing hard to get.
Well, what's some signs though?
Some signs is that it's the guy who's like, it's hard to say that because it's different in every community. I'll say in the black community, right? I'll say in the African community specifically, because if y'all gonna cancel me, be specific. Specifically, the Kenyan South Sudanese community it's no Africans. It's your fucking uncle. It's your fucking uncle.
What does he do? Like what can you
He
recognize?
pays, he gives you $5. Every time he comes, he calls you pretty. Oh, you're developing well. Say certain words.
Okay.
Treating you to certain things. Now all of a sudden you stuck in a room with him. You in a car.
So is this some stuff that you can tell somebody? Like if you like, let's say you on the outside looking in, and the family is oblivious of it, and you could tell like your folks or something about what you've been seeing about another guy, like something like that. Like let's say you talking to her and you seen something.
The
like,
minute you feel
what's some
uncomfortable,
signs? Like what's
you
some
just
signs?
feel it. The minute you feel uncomfortable, it is what it is. It is what you think it is, and back up. Tell somebody. Run away. Scream it from the mountains.
So so I'm sorry, go ahead.
So basically, it's hard for somebody to just look at somebody and be like, yeah, they're a predator. We can't because we're not observing them that hard. So what you have to So what you have to do.
It's educating the victims on trusting their gut.
Exactly. So you have to educate.
Outside looking in, you can't see. Like see somebody.
No, not really. No,
you don't.
You can't.
Jeffrey
No.
Dahmer. What's the other Manson? Yo, fucking handsome. People are going and getting killed and stuff. You can't tell just from the outside, but you have a feeling. You just
well, what about the guy's father? Well, what about the guy's father saying he's seen him doing
Yeah.
extra touches,
And-
going down
okay,
the
yeah,
elbow.
and
I'm
that's
talking about things like that. Like,
well, I'm gonna let, well, I'm gonna tell you.
no, he did
Yeah,
say something.
well, I'm finna tell you.
No, he did say something. His dude put a wedge between the boy and his mother, and they kicked him off the set.
It's still
Why did he not educate his kid?
He was no, he was talking.
It was too late, right?
No,
He
his
didn't know
no,
it.
no, he did know. He was telling his kid instantly every time. But what happened is the guy was noticing that, and the guy started lying to the kid because the guy was spending more time because the kid was on set majority
Well-
of the time with the day, so he was around the kid more. And I think the kid was a bit gay to start with a little bit.
Well,
You
even
know
if
what I'm
he,
saying?
but
So
even if he gay, he's still a child. Because point blank, it's his daddy fault. Fuck that. It's the daddy motherfucking fault. Because I am that child's dad. If I'm on a set with my child doing a show and I see another nigga doing some freaky shit to my son, you kicking me and my son both up out of there.
pull him off the show.
Yeah, pull him off the show. He stayed there for the money.
But I think
his daddy accepted it because of the money. You got some people that'll chase the money and put their children in that situation.
R. Kelly.
So you got to think about it. Some of the parents put their kids in the situation.
I
So that's why you can't see the signs.
I understand that. But the dad seen the signs. He said
But why he didn't pull his son out?
Because obviously
exactly. So it's the parent fault.
His fault.
All right, then. So y'all.
So I have a question from something you just said, and we've discussed before. You said obviously the kid was a little gay anyway, right? So my question to all of y'all, my question to y'all, right? A kid gets assaulted, right? What's that guy from Empire? The one.
Jesse
Smollett.
No, not Jesse Smollett.
The
brother.
He's super gay now. Like he's
so
the one that actually rap.
Just to bring it back to Diddy. Just to bring it back to Diddy, since that was
Empire.
like just to bring it back to the Diddler, since that was our main subject from the very beginning, right? My question to you is: the kid came straight, got introduced, was given guardianship over to Diddy. His mom and his dad gave guardianship over to Diddy.
Chasing that dollar.
You know, they did the same thing to Justin Bieber, and then Tevin Campbell, and
Usher.
R. Kelly.
We can keep going down the list, right? But then you just said he probably was already a little gay. So does that mean
the Drake?
Roll the tape.
No,
roll the tape because you said it just like 5 minutes ago.
Roll the tape. Nickelodeon. You said you was talking about the son.
Well, listen.
So does that mean he was already a little gay?
No.
That goes to another conversation that we had earlier. You were like, "Oh, he was already a little gay." It's like so.
I mean, listen. I'm gonna keep it real. Listen, I'm not saying.
So are you saying right?
I ain't saying he asked for it or he wanted it. I'm not saying that.
You said
but what I'm saying is
they were already
no.
So are you saying the kids that are touched and then end up touching other kids, or like end up just coming out gay? For example, the Empire kid, because now he's super gay. He on Twitter advertising, right?
Super gay.
Super gay. So was he already gay from the beginning, or was he made gay?
Well, we're gonna have to touch on that the next show.
Yeah.
You see how?
Because we're gonna have to wrap it up. I want everybody to check, you know what I'm saying, to keep tuning in to our show, man. Real Man Real Stories at Lee Johnson 657 on YouTube. And it's Real Man Real Stories now on Instagram. You're going to check it out. Lee Johnson 150 on TikTok. Why don't you go on and shout him out?
Oh yeah, I'm Zay Boogie. You can find me at think_big_B on Instagram, and on TikTok is Livy Living. Be careful going there though. So.
Well, at the moment, I don't have anything because I'm old school. But just like I said, I can give you some life skill lessons. So if you want any of that, just let me know, and I'll have my own thing.
Yeah, no, he asked me what this was earlier, and I was like, it's a silent clap. He's like, what the fuck was that? I'm sorry, I don't talk.
Yeah, that's like you pinching somebody's face, man. And this Real Man Real Stories. Check us out.
What generation are you? I don't want to misgenerationalize you.
I'm the black generation.
We Gen X.
I don't even know what gen. I'm
So he's basically boomer.
Ain't no boomer.
Nah,
like 50s to the 60s.
Yeah, boomers be my mama them all the time.
Real Man Real Stories. We out, man. Peace.